The creation of the world. In the beginning, God creates the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and voice, and the darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the water. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness is called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the water, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God made the expanse and separate the waters that were under the expanse of the water, that were above the expanse, and it was so. And God called the expanse heaven, and there were evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the heavens be gathered together into the place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants, yielding seeds, and fruit tree bearing fruit in which is their seeds, each according to its kind on the earth." And it was so. The earth sprout forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their own kinds, and tree bearing fruit in which invested. It's according to its kind, and God saw that it was good. And there were evening, and there were morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And God set them in the expanse of the heaven to give light on the earth, to rule over the days and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there were evening, and there were morning, the first day. And God said, "Let the waters swarm with the swarm of living creature, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens." So God created a great sea creature and every living creature that moved, with which the waters swarm, according to its kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the water in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." And there were evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creature according to this kind, livestock and creeping things, and beasts from the earth according to this kind." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to this kind, and the livestock according to this kind, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. And God saw it was good. Then God said, "Let earth make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the bird of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. And God blessed them. And God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the bird of the heavens, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food, and to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth. Everything that has the breath of life I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there were evening, and there were morning, the sixth day. The seventh day God rested. Let us heaven and earth, and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day God finished his work that he has done. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he has done. So God blessed the seventh day and make it holy, because on it God rests from all his work that he has done in creation. The creation of men and women. These are the generation of the heavens and the earth when they were created. The day that Lord God made the earth and the heavens, when no bush of the fields were just in the land, and no small plant of the field had just sprung up. For the Lord God has not caused it to rain on the land, and there were no men to work the ground, and the mists were going off from the lands, and were watering the whole face of the ground. Then the Lord God formed the means of dust from the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and the man became a living creature. And the Lord God plants a garden in Eden, in the east, and, and there he puts the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground the Lord God made to spring up every tree that is pleasant to the sight for good, and good for food. The tree of life was in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. A river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and there is divine and became 4 rivers. The name of the first is a Pishon. It is the one that flowed round the whole land of Havilah. They where there is gold, and the gold of the land is good. Palladium and onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one that flowed round the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is the Tigris, which flow east of Assyria, and the fourth river is the Euphrates. The Lord God to the man and put him in the garden of Eden to work it and keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, You may surely eat of every tree of the garden, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the days that you eat of it you shall surely die. Then the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him. Now out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every beast and every bird of the heavens, and brought them to the man to see that what he could call them. And whatever the man called every living creature, the word is name. The man gave names to all livestock, and to the bird of the heavens, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper fit for him. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and while he slept, took one of his ribs and crawled up its plate with flesh. And the rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into the woman, and brought her to the man. Then the man said, This at last is one of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother, and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And the man and his wife were both naked, and were not ashamed to fall. 3. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast of the field that the Lord God has made. He said to the woman, Did God actually say you shouldn't eat of any tree in the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the tree in the garden. But God said, You shall not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. But the serpent said to the woman, You will not surely die, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. So when the woman saw that the trees were good for food, and that is what a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate, and she also gave some her husband who were with her, and he ate. Then the eyes of the bird were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaf together and made themselves loincloths. And they heard the sound of the Lord God working in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called the man and said to him, Where are you? And he said, I heard you sound you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. He said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten the trees of which I commanded you not to eat?" The man said, "The woman whom you gave to me with me, she gave me fruit of the tree, and I ate." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this that you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock, and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and thus you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enemy between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. You shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will surely multiply your pain in childbearing. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be contrary to your husband, but it shall rule over you." And to Adam he said, "Because you have listened to the voice of your wife, and have eaten the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it in the days of your life. Fount and thirst it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the plain of the field, with the sweat of your face. You shall eat bread, till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return." The man cursed one named Eve, because she was the mother of all living. And the Lord God made for Adam and for his wife garments of skin and clothed them. Then the Lord God said, "Behold, the man has become like one of us, in knowing good and evil. Now let him reach out his hand and take also the tree of life in it, and live forever." Therefore the Lord God sent him out from the Garden of Eden to work the ground from which he was taken. And he threw out the man, and at the east of the Garden of Eden he placed the cherubim and the flaming sword that turned every way to burn the way to the tree of life. Cain and Abel. For now Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, "I have produced a man, the help of the Lord." And again she bore his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, and Cain was a worker on the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to the Lord an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel also brought a firstborn of his flock and of his first portion. And the Lord had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering he has no regard. Now Cain has very angry, and his face fell. The Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry, and why have your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. You desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it." Cain spoke to Abel, his brother, and when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, Where is Abel, your brother?" He said, "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" And the Lord said, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground, and now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood of your hand. When you work the ground, it shall no longer yield to you its strength. You shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth." Cain said to the Lord, My punishment is greater than what I can bear. Behold, you have driven me today away from the ground, and from the face I shall be hidden. I shall be fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. Then the Lord said to him, Not so. If anyone kills Cain, then vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord put a mark on Cain, lest any who found him should attack him. Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. Cain knew his wife, and he conceived and bore Enoch. When he built a city, he called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. To Enoch were born Irad and Rad, father Mehujael, and Mehujael father Methuselah, and Methuselah father Lamech, and Lamech took 2 wives, and the name of the ones were Adad, and the name of the others Shilat. Adad bore Jabal. He was the father of those who dwelt in the tents and had livestock. His brother name was Shubal. He was the father of all those who played the lyre and pipe. Sheila also bore 2 kings, who were the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron. The sister of 2 kings were Naamah. Lamech said to his wife, Adar and Sheila, heard my voice, your wife of Lamech. Listen to what I say. I have killed a man for good meat, a younger man who tricked me. If Cain's revenge is sevenfold, then Lamech's is 77fold. And Adam knew his wife again, and he bore a son, and called his name Seth. For she said, God has appointed for me another offspring instead of Abel. But Cain killed him. To Seth also a son was born, and he called his name Enoch. At that time people began to call upon the name of the Lord. Okay, Adam descendants to Noah. This is the book of the generation of Adam. When God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. Male and female he created them, and he blessed them and named them man when they were created. When Adam lived for 130 years, he fathered a son in his own likeness. After his image, his name is and named him Seth. The days of Adam after he fathered Seth were 800 years, and he has other sons and daughters. The oldest days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. When Seth had lived for 104 years, his father Enoch. Seth lived after the father Enoch for 807 years, and had other sons and daughters. The old days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. When Enoch had lived for 90 years, he fathered Canaan. Enoch lived after he fathered Canaan for 815 years, and had other sons and daughters. Third of the days of Enoch were 805 years, and he died. When Canaan had lived for 7 years, he fathered Mahalalel. Canaan lived after his father Mahalalel for 840 years, and had other sons and daughters. Thus all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. When Mahalalel had lived for 65 years, he fathered Jared. Mahalalel lived after his father Jared for 830 years, and has other sons and daughters. The other days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. When Jared lived for 162 years, his father Enoch. Jared lived after his father Enoch for 800 years, and had other son and daughters. So the other days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. When Enoch lived for 65 years, he fathered Methuselah. Enoch worked with God after his father Methuselah for 300 years. and had other son and daughter. Throughout the days that Enoch were 365 years, Enoch worked with God, and he was not forgotten to him. When Methuselah had lived for 187 years, his father Lamech. Methuselah lived after his father Lamech for 782 years and had other sons and daughters. Throughout the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech has lived for 182 years. He fathered a son and Christ named Noah, saying, out of the ground the Lord had proved this one shall bring us relief from our work and from the painful ties of our hands. Lamech lived after he fathered Noah for 585 years and had other sons and daughters. Throughout the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. After Noah were 500 years old, Noah fathered Shem, Ham, and Japheth, increasing corruption on earth. 6. The men began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them. The Son of God saw that the daughter of men were attractive, and they took as the wife any they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not abide in man forever, for he is flesh. His age shall be 120 years. The Nephilim was on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the Son of God came to the daughter of man, and they bore children to them, they were the mighty men who were of all the men of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of men and were great in the earth, and that every intention of the thought of his heart were only evil continually. And the Lord required that he has made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out men whom I had created from the face of land, men and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Noah and the flood. These are the generation of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh and corrupt their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of God's very good. Make room in the ark, and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark was 300 cubits, its breadth 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark and finishes to the cubit above, and set the door of the ark on a side. Make it with lower, second, and third depths. For behold, I will bring a flood of the water upon the earth to destroy the fish, of which is the bread of life under the heavens. Everything that is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenants with you, and you shall come to the ark, you, your son, your wife, and your son's wife with you. And of every living thing of all flesh, you shall bring 2 of every shot into the ark to keep them alive with you. There shall be male and female, on the bird according to the kind, and of the animal according to the kind. Of every creeping thing on the ground according to its kind, 2 of every shot shall come into you to keep them alive. Also take with you every shot of food that is eaten and store it up. It shall serve as food for you and for them. Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. Then the Lord said to Noah, go into the ark, you and all your households, For I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of birds of the heavens also, male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing I have made I will brought out the face of the ground. And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old, and the flood water came upon the earth. And Noah and his son and his wife and his son's wife with him went to the ark to escape the water of the flood. Of clean animal and of animals that are not clean, and of birds, and of everything that creeps on the ground, 2 and 2, male and female, went into the ark with Noah, and God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days, the water of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600 years of Noah's life, in the second month, on the 17th day, the month, on the days, all the fountains of the great deep burst forth. The windows of the heavens were opened, and the rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every single day Noah and his son, Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Noah's wife, and the three wife and his son, with them into the ark, they and every beast according to its kind, and all the livestock according to their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every winged creature. And they went to the ark with Noah, two into the flesh, in which the word the bread of life, and thou dost enter. Male and female of flesh, went in as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. The flood continued to 40 days on the earth. The water increased and brought up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. The waters prevailed and increased greatly on the earth. And the ark flooded and faced the water, and the water prevailed too mightily on the earth. There also high mountains under the whole heaven were covered. The water prevails above the mountains, covering them 15 cubits deep. And of flesh died that move on the earth, birds, livestock, beasts, and a swarming creature that swarm on the earth. And all mankind, everything is on dry land, its whole nostrils, the breath of life died. He blotted out every living thing that were on the face of the ground, men and animals and creeping things, and birds of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in an ark. And as water prevails on the earth for 150 days, the flood subsides it. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the water subsided. The fountain of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed. The rain from the heavens were restrained, and the water received from the earth continually. At the end of 150 days, the water has abated, and in 7 months, on the 17th days of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountain of Ararat. And the water continued to abate into the 10th month. On the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the top of the mountain was seen. At the end of the 40 days, Noah opens the window of the ark that he has made and sent for a rabbit. It went to and flew into the water with dry up from the earth. Then he sent for a dove for him to see if the water had subsided from the face of the ground. But the dove found no place to set her foot, and she returned to him to an ark, for the water was still on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and brought her into the ark with him. He waited another 7 days, and again he sent for a dove, the dove of the ark. And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a straightly flat olive leaf. So Noah knew that the water would subside from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days and sent forth the dove, and she did not return to him any more. In the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dry from the earth, from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth hath dried up. Then God said to Noah, Go out from the ark, you and your wife, and your son's wife with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of the flesh, bird and animals, and every creeping thing that creep on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth, and proliferate and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his son, and his wife, and his son's wife with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves on the earth, went out by family on the ark. God's covenants with Noah. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird, and offered burnt offering on the altar. And when the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart, I will never I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his throne. Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature that I have done. Why the earth remain sit-on in heavens, cold and heat, summer and winter, days and nights shall not see. Okay. And God blessed Noah and his son and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth. The fear of you hath dreads of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground, and all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be filled with for you. And as I gave you the green plants, I give you everything. But you shall not eat bread with its life, that is, its blood. And for your lifeblood I will require a reckoning. From every beast I will require it from man. From each fellow man I will require a reckoning for their life. Whoever shed a blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made a man in his own image, and you be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. Then God said to Noah and to his son with him, Behold, I establish my covenants with you, and your offspring unto you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every place on the earth with you. As many as came out of the earth, it is for every beast of the earth. I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the water and the blood, a flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you for all future generations. I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring cloud over the earth, and the bow is seen as a cloud, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the blood is in a cloud, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of flesh that is on the earth. God said to Noah, This is a sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. Noah descendants. The son of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the whole earth would disappear. Noah began to be the man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard He drank the wine and became drunk, and lay uncovered in his tent, and harmed the first of Conan, saw the nakedness of his father until his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it both their shoulder, and worked backward and covered the nakedness of his father, their father. Their face would turn backward, and they did not see the first and nakedness. Then Noah awoke from his wife and knew that his youngest son had done to him. He said, "Cursed be Canaan, a sovereign of sovereign shall he be to his brother." He also said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tent of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant." After the flood, Noah lived for 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Nation descended from Noah. These are the generation of the son of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Mestres, and Tiras. The son of Gomer: Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Sogama. The son of Javan: Elisar, Tarshish, Kippim, and Domanians. From these puzzling people fled in the land, each with his own language, that they claimed is a nation. Okay. The son of Ham, Cush, Agath, Put, and Canaan, the son of Cush, Seba, Lillard, Seba, Sapta, Rama, and Saptika. The son of Rama, Seba, and Dida. Cush further remarked, "He was the first of the earth to be a mighty man. He were a mighty hunter before the Lord, before it is says, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord." The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Eresh, Akkad, and Karnak in the land of Shinar. From the land he went into the Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Calah, and between Nineveh and Calah. It is a great city. Again further, Ludim, Anadim, Lehabim, Natsihim, Parusim, Kalushim, from whom the Philistines came, and Kaptorim. Canaan further Sidon, his firstborn in it, and the Jezubit, the Zebusite, the Amorite, the Girgashites, the Hivite, the Archite, the Sinite, the Arphadites, the Demarites, and the Hamatites. Afterward, the Canaanites dispersed, and the territories the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and the junction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Ammon, and Zebodim as far as Lasha. They were the son of Ham in the language, the land, and the nation. Shem also the first of all children of Adam, the elder brothers of Fit. Children were born the son of Shem, Elam, Asher, Aspar, Lerd, and Aram. The son of Aram, Earth, Herd, Gather, and Marsh. Asmar, Aspar's father, Shelah, Shelah father Eber. To Eber responded to his son, the names of one were Peleg. For in his day were devised, and his brother names were Joktan. Joktan's father Amodas, Sheleph, Jahabmat, Serah, Haviram, Zuar, Tikla, Obar, Abimar, Sheba, Ophil, Halilah, and Jobab, and those these were the sons of Joktan. The territory in which they lived extends from Mizar in the direction of Sephar to the same country to the east. They are the sons of Shem, in their claims and language, the lands and the nation. These are claims of the son of Noah, according to their genealogy, the as a nation, and for the nation's spirit brought the earth unto the flood. Uh, now, okay, oh, shit. Uh, okay. Now the heard as well one language and the same words, and a people migrate from the east. They found plains in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them through stones." And they had brick for the stone and bitumen for mortar. And they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, and let's make a name for ourselves, lest we be disappear over the face of the whole earth." And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men has built. And the Lord said, "Behold, these are one people, and they have all one language, and this is one only the beginning of what they will do. And of things that they prosper to do would now be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and they confuse the language, so that they may not understand one another's speech." So the Lord whispered them from over the face of all the earth, and they left out building the city. Therefore his name will call Babel, because that the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And from the Lord whispered them over the face of the earth. Okay.